Hey, what's up, you guys? What is up? What is up? You know what? I am excited to do this video because we are going to be diving in on how to heal your inner child. And the reason why this is so important, and this is why it causes us to feel unsafe in this beautiful universe that was created precisely for us. So stay tuned to the very end, boo, because we are going to get in depth on how to heal the little inner you that deserves to feel safe, abundant, loved, and nurtured. What's up? What's up? Well, I really am adored. This is the whole point of having an inner child. Why is it so hard to take out? If you're gonna watch this video, you might as well subscribe. What is up, you beautiful beings? Welcome back on another episode on Embracing the Ascension series with your homegirl, Brittany Fontanez. If you're new to this channel, welcome, my loves. On this channel, I always take a deep breath before I do the intro. But on this channel, I speak about spirituality, emotional awareness. I do tarot readings, which I'm starting tomorrow, which I'm so excited to start doing the zodiac signs, so stay tuned for that. And lastly, it's all about esoteric content on this channel. So what is not talked about in society is talked about here, because we're more than just what we have been taught, boo, just being real. But if you enjoy content just like this that assists you on your spiritual journey, thank you so much for trusting me. You might as well hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and make sure to hit that notification button so you won't miss out on any videos. And lastly, follow me on Instagram as I post daily for your embetterment and upliftment, so you can walk on your spiritual journey with more enlightenment and unconditional love for who you are and for who you are meant to be. Beautiful. Oh my god. What is up, you beautiful beings? So in today's video, I want to get in depth in understanding how to heal the inner child. And the reason why this is so important. Now, before we get into it, if you watch my videos, you already are on the spiritual journey, let's just be real, or you just awaken and you're trying to understand the process of it, or you're already in your ascension process and you're trying to get more understanding and depth on how to heal yourself. Well, when you awaken to the spiritual journey, it's a process, and the process is healing. The whole point of this journey is to understand that we're more than just physical beings, we're more than just human, we're actually divine spiritual beings residing in a meat vessel. But the thing is that our spirit is so unlimited, but this body is very limited. And when we come into this vessel, when we choose to come back on earth, because we're badasses, yeah, we may be in the most worst times people say in the world, but we're in the best times, because if we chose to awaken at this moment, we're motherfucking badasses, because we know we are here to heal and awaken the collective, and that takes a courageous soul to do so. So congratulate yourself, boo. But anyhow, this whole journey is about healing. And the reason why a lot of people, let's just be real, they live in arrogance, they live in, oh, I know it all, or they live in a state of mediocrity, is because they don't want to understand more than what they have been taught. And it scares people to not know what they don't know. Hence why everyone judges. And judging, well, that's a whole nother video for itself. But a lot of people don't go on this path of understanding more beyond their physical self, is because it takes a lot of reliving traumas, pains, things that made you who you are. The majority of us aren't happy to be at this very moment. So the reason why that healing the inner child is so important on an everyday basis, the same way making yourself a priority, making self-love a priority, making healing a priority, healing your inner child should be a priority, because the whole reason for healing is because of the inner child. You know, as we awaken to this journey, we start to understand our patterns. We start to wake up to what we have embedded with with all the conditionings from our parents, from our family, from our youth. And this ripples into our adulthood. And because this ripples into our adulthood, we start to question why we are the way that we are, why we can't manifest, why we can't have the love of our life. Why is it that relationships end the way that they always do? Why is it that I can't have the job that I want? Why is it I can't have what I want? And it's because the subconscious has a platform where it already has certain conditions that program it to be on autopilot. And when it's on autopilot, then you're going to operate in a sense of what you feel is best for you. Hence that you ever go down the street going to work, and or you're driving on the street and you're going to work, and all of a sudden you end up back at work and you're just like, oh, I'm here. But you don't remember how you got to work. It's just like that, being on autopilot. Or when someone's talking to you and you're not listening, and all of a sudden the last thing you hear is the last thing they said, and it's just like, oh, yeah. That's autopilot. Or when a relationship ends the same way the last one, or you get the same personality in a person but in a different face, and you're like, why is this always happening to me? And it's because your inner child rules your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind is 90% of what rules your life. That's why they say healing and reprogramming your mind is so important, so you can create a blueprint that fits your needs and what you desire, and that actually aligns with who you truly are. Now, how can we heal the inner child and realize that we are safe? The inner child, the reason why we don't feel safe, the reason why we don't feel stable, the reason why we fear so much is because it's that little inner child that hasn't been catered to, that hasn't been loved. Majority of us grew up in dysfunctional households, broken homes, you would say, where our parents didn't tend to our needs, didn't give us enough attention because they had their own problems that they haven't healed from, or their own traumas that they haven't dealt with. And of course, they couldn't attend to us because they didn't know how to, but they did try their best. So please do not resent your parents. They did not know better. But that's a hard lesson to learn. And that's one way to heal the inner child, is by realizing it's not your parents' fault for not giving you what you needed, because they did not know better. Now, what does this have to do with healing the inner child? Well, when you can let go of the resentment that your inner child has towards your parents or towards your childhood, you'll be able to go through your past with so much more forgiveness and compassion for yourself, and realizing, yes, you didn't deserve everything that happened to you, but at the end of the day, it made you who you are. And trust me, as much as we would like to go back and change the past, would you want to take those lessons away too? No. Because I guarantee you, you're grateful that you know a lot of things that you know today. So that's one way to heal the inner child, is by not resenting your parents. What has happened to you has made your story, and you can use that story as a stepping stone to be your own inspiration. And it could probably be an inspiration for other people as well. Now, for example, for me, I've been through physical abuse. I've been through mental, verbal abuse. I've been through a lot of abuse in my life, to the point my self-esteem was so low, I felt like I wasn't worth anything. And that's why I attracted a lot of relationships where people were emotionally unavailable, people cheated on me, or I cheated on them. It was just like, it expresses the worst parts of myself in a lot of ways, in my friendships, or the way that I operated, in my attitude. I started to see collectively within myself all the shadows I had, rather than seeing my strengths and my light. And that has led me into realizing what I've been conditioned to believe, is that I can't trust no one. I don't feel worthy, so I might as well not care. But things change now, and things can always change. And the second way that you can heal your inner child to create this change in your life is by realizing the patterns that you have about how you feel about yourself and how you feel about life. See, the way to heal your inner child by doing that is when you can be aware of your thought process, when you could be aware of your emotional process, and when you could be aware of your physical process, meaning how you act, how you feel, and how you think, you'll be able to consciously go within your own patterns and stop yourself. You could literally, like they say, think before you speak, think before you act. Realize, for example, when someone's about to say something and they triggered you, you can immediately go into attack mode, but instead you could be like, oh, they humiliated me. They hurt me. This has nothing to do with them. This has everything to do with me. So what is it within me that feels hurt? And there you can start the process of understanding how your inner child has triggered you into going into self-defense mode and realizing what has happened in my childhood that made me believe that I need to be defensive, or that I need to go into attack mode and try to explain myself to someone who doesn't even care about how I feel. Let's just be honest. Or it could be the other way around. If the person does care about me, how can I explain myself to them with an open heart? So, being aware of how you think, how you act, how you feel is so important to heal the inner child, because the inner child just wants love, just wants to be nurtured. Like the same way you want a hug, the same way you want to kiss. This is why we want love so much, is because we want attention that we never received as a child. But it's so important to give that to ourselves by being aware of who we are, by being rooted in our body. No matter how uncomfortable the circumstances are, it's important to realize we are responsible for this vessel we've been given. We are responsible for the mind that we have. We are responsible for the heartbeat that we feel. We are responsible of how we operate in this life. So being aware of yourself will give you the opportunity to realize that awareness can create change, because you can't change what you're not aware of. All right? So last but not least, how to heal the inner child and feel and know that you're safe, and know that the universe loves you, and know that the universe wants to nurture you, and know that this whole world, this whole universe, beyond our own perspective, gave us nothing but love. It created us from love. So how can we heal the inner child and trust that we are safe and trust that we are looked after? Is by realizing that you don't need to believe everything that you hear. Kids' minds are like sponges. They absorb everything. That's why I always tell people who yell at their kids, I'll be like, yo, don't yell at your kids. They don't learn from words. They learn by mimicking what you do. So that is how we are. We're like, let's just be honest. Majority of people in the world are little kids in adult bodies. It's because they haven't healed in order to progress into true maturity. Because they haven't healed the traumas that created their arrogance. They haven't healed their pain that created resentment and anger. And they haven't healed their sadness that created the pent-up persona that I'm a badass. Oh, I don't need to cry. But really, you're not allowing yourself to be vulnerable, to release. So that is a way to heal your inner child, is by realizing you don't need to believe in everything you've been told. What your parents tell you to do, what your parents think is best for you, what opinions from everyone else, what the world tells you, what the news tells you. You are a sovereign being. You have the ability to heal yourself. This is why we have Mother Earth. This is why we have nature. This is why we have books. This is why we have healing courses. This is why you have healing spiritual teachers like me, healers. This is why you have so many different guided meditations, because you have the ability to listen to yourself and what yourself needs. If your inner child is telling you, I want to have fun instead of working so much, and you're not happy where you are, change your life up. You have the power to do so. If you are not happy with the person that you're with, and your inner child's feeling neglected, then you have to realize that it's not about that other person. It's about what you need. And it's not about getting what you need from the other person. It's about what can you give to yourself that you want from another person. You got to love yourself the way you want your soulmate to love you. So you got to love your inner child the way that you'll love your own child. So don't believe in everything that you hear. Because this world was not created for us to thrive. It was created for us to downgrade ourselves, descend rather than ascend. Because that's a whole video in itself, boo-boo, of why things are the way that they are. But we're not going to get into that. But to heal the inner child is by realizing you don't need to believe in everything that's around you. The only thing that you need to believe in and be cautious of how you talk to yourself. How do you feel about yourself? It's not about judging yourself. It's about analyzing yourself with compassion and forgiveness and realizing, oh, this is not who I like to be, but I'm thankful that it's showing me how I can change into who I want to be. Just know that you can feel safe. Your inner child can feel safe is by realizing that there is a creator that created you and thought that this world needed one of you. So if you can allow yourself to surrender to the fact that if you came out of your mother's womb and you had no care in the world of how you were going to come into this earth, you should feel the same way about that every day. That you shouldn't worry about what's going to happen. You should be thankful and excited for the fact that, oh, you know, I have this spark within me that's my inner child that can allow me to trust, that can allow me to feel safe. Because here's the thing, that passion that we have in us that lights us up, that's our inner child. Children are so innocent. That's why they're so close to God. It's because they know how to see through the eyes of God, which is awe, which is miracles, which is blessing, which is excitement. When you can allow that bliss, which you truly are, because you are bliss, we have, like I said, that's another video in itself. We are a true bliss. So when we can allow ourselves to be in that bliss, our happiness will take care of us. Is because we're collectively, consciously vibrating with the universe that is bliss. And when we do that purposely and consciously to be our own sovereign beings, because we know what we want, the universe picks that frequency up. And when it does, it tells you, here you go, child. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. You're trusting yourself. You're loving yourself. You're taking care of yourself. You're taking your power back. You're choosing what is best for you. You're not listening to everyone else because you know that you have the power within you to create what you want. Here you go. 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 And therefore, you can feel safe. And don't allow your two eyes to deceive you. You did not come here with no guidance. You came here with love, with guidance, and a divine blueprint that you can tap into when you allow yourself to be your inner child that is already bliss. So, if you feel that this assisted you, hit that like button. If you feel that you want to get more in depth into your healing, go check out my services in the link in the description below this video. I have so many programs that you can sign up for that will assist you on your healing journey, which is so exciting to get in depth and assist you on what you need and what you already know that you need. So get on that healing, boo-boo, because it's about time that you become who you're meant to be, which is divine bliss in your own uniqueness. So if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, comment below, because I want to create a community where we all know that we're all on the same journey and we don't feel alone, because we aren't. And lastly, subscribe to this channel, hit that notification button so you won't miss out on any videos if you like this video just like this. And lastly, follow, I already said lastly, cool. Lastly, follow me on Instagram. Like I said, I post every single day. If you want to get to know me more in depth, might as well go there, because boo-boo, I'm always there trying to uplift people and just bring love back into this planet. But other than that, Awaken Ones, I adore you so much, and just realize together we rise. I'll see you on the next one. I adore you all. Nothing but love. Namaste.